Today we're taking a look at Kingdom Rush Battles, and I need to tell you something up front. This is one of the first games recently that's actually convinced me to spend money. It wasn't even really trying to. I had pre-registered to play this and downloaded it as soon as it came out, mainly because I liked the look of the art and the gameplay looked really good from what I'd seen. The idea of the game is tower defense, but it's PvP tower defense. You're playing in portrait mode with the bottom half of the screen as your lanes and the top half of the screen is your opponent's. There are different maps and enemies that come out of a portal, walk along the road and are trying to get the end. You have 3 hearts, and if the enemies cross the line they take one of your hearts from you. You have a variety of different tower slots you can place on the towers. Archers that fire arrows, artillery style towers, wizards that do magic damage, and some that put out units directly into the road. The way you select what you've got to use is through 8 cards that you use to create your deck. One of them is your hero, which you can move around the road to help with defenses. Some are more tanky, others do more damage. They've all got their own specials. For example, one drops his shield and sends enemies further back along the road. That leaves you with 7 cards. 3 of them will be spells. For example, I have a fireball that strikes damage with the enemies, reinforcements which adds 2 small units to the board, and a teleport which sends units back along the road. Then you have your 4 tower cards. They come in different rarities. The higher the rank, the better. They have different types, whether it's ranged artillery or units. They have good gold cost, and the whole time you're playing, you're earning gold to spend. They also have types of damage, physical or magical, because some units take damage better from certain types than others. Once you've got your deck set up, you jump into the match. You start with a set amount of gold, use that to set up your first towers, and you've got your hero to defend the first wave. As you clear the wave, you can see what your enemy is doing. If you clear your wave first before them, there's a period of time where you just start racking up gold every second. You also get gold from killing the mobs walking along the road between the waves. At the end of the wave, you select a booster. You can do more tower damage or extra gold, or debuffs for the enemy, like one that turns their towers into someone just throwing chickens rather than doing damage, or that paralyzes their towers so they don't do any damage. Or you can spore units into their lane, a goblin in a hot air balloon, a magic golem, or a spider which keeps dropping units. The idea is you've got 3 randomly selected and you pick one. You're trying to counter whatever they've been building. For example, if they're building loads of single damage towers like archers or mages, you're best doing something like a spider because it spawns loads of units for them to deal with. If they've gone all artillery, spawn the goblin in the hot air balloon because flying units can't be hit by artillery. So there is tactical play to it. If you survive all the rounds and no one's lost yet, a final boss comes down the road and you have to stop him reaching the end or destroy him. If you destroy him, you win. If the enemy destroys him, they win. If he crosses their line, you win. If he crosses your line, they win. And at the end you get rewards, which are like trophies that take you up a leaderboard. You also get gold, which is just separate from the in-game gold. This is used for upgrading your different unit cards, and depending on whether you've completed certain milestones, you get a chest as well. In these chests are card fragments. The more fragments you get of a card when it reaches a certain point, you can pay gold to level it up and it increases its stats. There are missions to be completed, daily missions, weekly missions, and it's really good. I got quite stuck into playing it pretty quick. I don't think I was facing enemies that often, at least at lower ranks. I definitely wasn't against humans. Later on I was playing against a few more humans, but I could tell whether I was playing against a bad AI or just bad people, because some of them just weren't playing well at all. I did then start to lose as I got higher up, so I feel I was starting to play against more actual people at that point. The monetization and ads are really light. I think this is one of the poorest bits of the game. There's no ads, there's no rewarded ads. There's one thing that takes you to the shop for some free gold every day, but outside of that, they don't really do much. I ended up spending some gems, the premium currency, because I wanted to open more chests and summon scrolls to try and roll some high level cards to improve my deck. I didn't roll very well, so that didn't actually help me that much. But it was interesting, and outside that, the monetization is really shallow. I think maybe because the game's early, they haven't put too much into it yet. But I enjoyed it, and it's worth spending for me. It played really well, there were no bugs, sound and graphics are good, the feedback on battles are good, you can tell who's doing what really easily. I think it's really good, and it's a very shareable style. I can see people streaming this on TikTok pretty easy, so I would say it's definitely worth jumping in and checking out. Overall, a good game. I really liked it, and I would recommend it. I spend hours on this, so you don't have to. If you want more honest reviews like this, hit subscribe. I test these games so you can skip the duds and find the gems. And I'll see you on the next one.